Hello, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, and welcome to Quests and Chaos. I'm your GM for the evening. Can you hear us? First of all, can y'all hear us?
I hope so. Anyway.
We're going to find out in a minute.
We'll find out here shortly, I imagine. Cool, I'm getting confirmation from the chat that we are audible, so fantastic. Hello everyone and welcome to Quests and Chaos. I am your GM for the evening, Tiana Hansen, and I'm surrounded by fantastic people as we are going into Spooky Month.
Look how cute! Look how
Stop
So we're going to get through announcements as quickly as we can because we got a lot to happen in front of. We got a lot going on, and my English comprehension is real bad lately. So we're gonna do our best tonight. So first of all, our tavern upkeep is currently at 52%. It is day 1 of October, my friends, and it is already at 52% thanks to our patrons, our Twitch subscription, and our YouTube watchers. Also, people who buy weird stuff on Amazon, and Thomas periodically talks about those things. Don't know if you want to tonight.
So tonight actually was the first time that I included the Amazon stuff in the tavern upkeep.
Oh,
Nice.
Wow.
So thank you for all that you have purchased. All of it.
All of it. All of the weird stuff.
Up in there.
We have several friends of the show. First and foremost, always, Birds of Paradise. If you go to their website, which is currently in the chat, and enter Chaotic at checkout, you will get 20% off of your order. Let them know that we sent you. Also, we have the friends of the show, Hero Forge. I have behind the screen here Marlowe, which was a printed a Hero Forge mini that was printed and sent to us, and Alondra painted up. So we actually have Marlowe here, which is fantastic. I'm very pleased.
Do you have swimming Marlowe too?
Haven't done swimming Marlowe yet. That might be in my next batch. I did order multiple copies of a different character that I play on this channel so that I can do her outfit changes when that show comes back.
Okay. Excellent.
Nice.
I'm here for this. That is bit.ly/QNC Hero Forge. Yeah.
Slash.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Other friend of the show.
Yeah.
I'm going. Other friend of the show is, of course, Nord Games. They don't sponsor us here yet, but you know we'll figure that out. If you go to their wonderful website, nordgamesllc.com/3.html, and use the code chaotic20 at checkout, you let them know that we sent you, and you get 20% off of your order. One more quick announcement before we go dipping into things like bits and whatnot. We hit Tavern Upkeep last month. This was because of all of our wonderful people pushed over, I believe, at the end by half.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes, indeed.
thank you all so much for your wonderful, amazing support. And we are giving away a book of our choice. Book of your choice, excuse me. A book of your choice, which is sponsored by the Baroness, our lovely patroness.
Yay!
So we're going to be doing that giveaway later on tonight. And let me know, I guess, when Nightbot is active. We'll talk about it again throughout the stream, but you know.
It'll be active in like 2 minutes.
Excellent.
By the end of this announcement, Nightbot will be live.
Perfect. So we'll make sure to hit that again at the end of the announcements. All right. We decided to go ahead and carry over the cards that Stormwreck Isle had from the previous month because we don't have the advantage of being guaranteed a spot every week. So I went ahead and said, sure, y'all are going to need them. So let's go ahead and pass them along to you.
Yeah. After we were told that there would be no combat,
Well,
told to keep the car.
Always a lie.
I said very specifically when there wouldn't be combat, but sure, we can roll with
We're
that.
not fighting Mama Dragon yet.
Yet. So, the players still have Magical Key, Owl's Wisdom, Bonus Time, Guiding Light, and Shot of Adrenaline. And both Undar and Marlowe currently have Dangerous Oil active on their weapons.
Woohoo!
So I have those back here, but you guys can have them to remind you of what you have. And if people want to read out the cards, you are welcome to.
Nice.
We can skip that.
Perfect. Also, we have, because it is a new month, our patrons, our wonderful friends over on Patreon are able to award cards to the shows of their choice. And from Squeal the Bard, we got a random draw to the Spooky Twins. I went ahead and did the draw.
The spooky twins.
That's you guys.
I was gonna say. Oh my gosh, we got
Oh my
something.
God.
Thank you, Squeal.
We have regeneration.
Nice.
When consumed, this potion heals 1d4 plus 1 HP at the beginning of each of your turns for 1 minute.
Nice.
Amazing.
And
I
I
used that last time.
Maybe
Little bit,
that's why
little
we
bit.
got it this time.
also I still have Eagle Splendor. For some reason, I'm sure I'll be making so many charisma checks. Actually, I might be.
You said that, but have you met this group?
I was gonna say.
No, I said that and then remembered what the bug of your butt has been about what's going on. So yeah, I might actually need that. All right, so we have a couple of bits to run through, and then we'll be able to get started. So first and foremost, 500 bits from Tomoko Tora to celebrate episode 6 of this 3-shot. Yeah, that's fair.
Had a plan.
We did. We did. And then life, the universe, and everything kept getting in the way. Did you lose it?
I caught it and then I dropped it.
Threw it to the ground.
500 bits from Tomoko Tora to the Spit Take Bounty, in the belief that it shall someday be claimed. Never.
Ooh.
I'll just keep that here. Thank you.
Hold on. Everyone keep liquid in their mouths at all times.
Just check something quickly. 500 from Jay Matthews, so that I can feel free to re-roll that charisma check.
Aww.
Yeah. Much appreciated, my friend. All right, so I think that's everything. Let me double check. Excellent. All right, do we want to go to the slate briefly or nah?
Nah.
Yeah, cool.
Dun, 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 dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun, dun.
So, previously on Dragons of Stormwreck Isle, after stomping and hippo slamming their way through the harpies on the shipwreck, the adventurers decided to return to Dragon's Rest and get some answers from Runara. But along the way, Marlowe was attacked from below the surface of the water by what appeared to be a small green dragon in a hit and run. The group followed the attacker back to the cliffs and took a short rest on the I'm sure there was some retching involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Read fast, talk slow.
Yes, as I keep telling people that I'm running a prompter for, you are correct. The group followed the attacker back to the caves to the cliffs and took a short rest on the beach before venturing into the caves to deal with the dragon. The battle was fierce and dangerous, with Marlowe going unconscious. But in the end, they stood victorious, with the dragon skewered on Undar's sword, its final cry still ringing in their ears and across the water.
Uh-huh. Across the water, the operative words.
Throughout the realm.
Throughout the realms.
So, the four of you find yourselves standing in a dragon's lair. It is small. He was just still a wormling. So, it almost TPK'd y'all, so, I'll take it. But this little beeb has not had a lot of time to build up a hoard. So the amount of the hoard actually surprises you. Having a look at, the mounds of treasure, there's some boxes and barrels stuffed back in the corner. Madame Celery's eyes are getting bigger and bigger by the second.
It was real.
Little
I knew it was.
This little reptile's a better pirate than I was.
Wait, is this do we have a bag of holding, or is that in the other thing?
No.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Oh, ooh.
So then Madame Celery is going to take off.
I could easily carry all of this treasure.
Undar.
You know, Undar, Bobby.
Yes, Bobby. Have I ever told you how much?
Marlo's just gonna go walk away, find a pile of treasure, sit down in it because she's still pretty injured, and just start kind of half-heartedly stacking coins, rocks, whatever. She's kind of just poking through to see if there's anything that stands out to her, but also kind of collecting it into clumps so that we can maybe try to put it in our satchels that we do have.
All right.
Make me a perception check, if you would.
Yeah, I'm very injured. I had to check what my HP total was. Perception. What is this character? 19.
19. So as you're sifting through the the coins in front of you. There's a lot of silver, there's a lot of copper, but you're coming across some gold as you're sifting through things. And then your fingers hit on a little canvas wrapped bundle.
Well, that doesn't look like the normal kind of treasure. I will unwrap it.
Unwrapping it, you see the talisman that was described in the journal entry. Two braids of hair twined together and when you touch it, there's a lot of dark energy around it.
Undar, don't come too close to this. It's very evil.
Oh, maybe I should smite it.
I think we need it to break the zombie curse first. That's what the journal said, because it was like dedicated to one of the death gods or something fun like that.
Does anyone here know how to break a zombie curse?
I've been involved with curse breaking rituals before. It's just been a long time, so we probably should talk to somebody. I certainly have some questions for some of the folks back at the rest, and also could use one.
Yeah, that'll be safe to bring back if it's radiating, evil.
I think it'll be fine. It can't be any worse than leaving it here where it was already radiating evil and all the zombies were coming to us anyway, so...
I guess that is...
I'll just wrap it back in the bag.
Just wanna...
Yeah, I'm just gonna wrap it up. I want to take off my, reliquary medallion, the little crystal with, the weird, bones and hair and stuff embedded in it, and I'm just gonna, wrap that around, almost like a seal. I'm a cleric. Maybe my goddess will grant us a little extra protection.
Okay.
Just gonna kind of... I'll tuck it into my satchel and just be like, I'll hang on to it, because I'm the most likely to die anyway at this point, so...
This sounds oddly familiar.
Very hurt.
Anyone who,
Cursed objects.
anyone who would like to can make a intelligence check for
Yes, I would like to also start gathering up coins.
Sure. Elahante is not
Madame Celery this entire time has been ignoring everyone and is in a corner. She's actually taken a piece of her robe off to kind of turn it into a little bit of a larger sack to start throwing your stuff in.
Okay.
I have 14 for
14.
intelligence.
16.
Okay. The two of you remember that the journal specifically suggested that the way to perhaps break the curse was to bring the talisman to her husband.
Right.
Me.
Something
Did
about-
I read my notes? No.
Something about her husband. I should have reviewed, and I, the player, did not have a chance to. Did the journal mention anything about where her husband was?
Hold that.
He's
Yes.
just at the rest,
I
isn't
believe
he?
so.
Yeah, it
Okay.
said that her husband waits for her at Dragon's Rest, having pledged his service to the dragon there.
Yes.
You skipped over that first part to be like, dragon there.
Yeah, because that confirms what Marlowe's actually been ideating on. The other piece of information was inconsequential at the
Yeah.
time.
Oddly enough, we
Great.
put danger as a priority.
I was getting chewed on, so...
Do we think that that statue in Dragon's Rest? Do you think that statue is this guy works for the statue?
I think there's another dragon in the Dragon's Rest.
There was a third dragon.
Possibly more. Yeah, that's the weird thing about plurals. In Common, it doesn't specify how many. It's just a singular and a plural. In Dwarvish, it indicates the actual number in the suffix of the word you're using based on the conjugation.
Yes, of course, I know this.
And as you two are chatting linguistics, Madame Celery, make me a perception check.
I will at that. That is a 17.
All right. So as you're piling pieces of treasure together, your hand actually hooks under the handle of a bag.
Oh,
Nice.
what is this?
You've been around magical items. I'm not even going to make you roll for it. It's a bag of holding. Because I very firmly believe that every adventuring party should get one.
Thank you. That's so sweet.
There's no
honestly,
reason not to.
It's true.
It's a wallet of holding, though. You still have to put it in your back pocket,
Yeah.
and it's still this
It's
thick.
super
It
thick.
will ruin the line of your slab.
Everything does fold like bills, but it's so many of them.
Yeah.
Are those all ones?
I love it.
Yeah,
Entirely
we're
singles?
going to the club afterwards.
Dun 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 dun.
It's not the kind of making it rain that most magical people do, but I'm down.
I mean, that is, frankly, I do believe that those are the particular houses where they make extra money by just making bags of holding because they actually need them for themselves.
All right, well.
So,
Won't say anything to anyone, but just you
just start
I
loading.
want it to like you just notice like this corner of the cave is like completely empty, and she's just like.
I have never seen her move so quickly.
just hoovering up those coins.
Yeah,
Like, did she unhinge her jaw?
We can split this later, but just trying to.
Well, none of us have accounts, so good luck on that.
Oh, would I be? I don't know. I don't think she's counting as she's going.
I wouldn't think that she's counting, but I will give you a count so that I don't have to keep track of this later. I'll make the players keep track, and if you don't,
love
sucks to be you.
I was gonna say we have everything else. I will leave this one to you.
Okay, sure.
Since you're taking, I'll
That's true, we
trust
have-
you to be honest.
Well, who's
When we
holding the
actually
fine
do it.
wine and the cloves and the
You
and
are.
the loot? I have everything. Okay, it's all
I think
going
yeah, I
back
think
to
you've
the
pretty
next
much
one.
technically
Thank you,
been
thank
holding
you.
everything.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. I genuinely believe that in a world full of magic and magical items, a bag of holding should just be standard issue. It should be part of your
Sure,
adventurer's
sure.
gear from the beginning.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But I just kind of also like the image of like a little Madame Celery with like a giant satchel on her back, like running down.
I mean, your crunk is dead, so.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh.
All right, so muns that you all have. You ready?
Yes.
2,800 copper,
Okay.
1,200 silver,
Yebus.
and 200 gold.
Are there any rubies or sapphires or emeralds or?
None of those, but there are some different kinds of gems. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gems that are each worth 10 GP each.
Ooh.
Agate, hematite, rhodochrosite? Yeah, that. 2 of those.
Sure. Ooh.
I just found a pile of discarded teeth over here. It looks like the kiddo was molting.
Oh.
Scoop them up, put them in my bag
Yeah,
next to
I'm
the
sure
like
those
finger
are-
bones from earlier.
Those would be good for
There are
sleep.
larger teeth inside here, and he goes over and goes, and just like rips open out. You want these?
Yep. Keep in the bag.
Make me a survival check, please.
Can I help with that?
It's not dead yet.
Are you-
I'm gonna. I'll help.
Undar's helping you, so go ahead and give me advantage on that.
that was a 17.
Okay, you are able to get the majority of the teeth out without breaking them, so they're in good shape. There are some that got a little bit damaged when it was using adventurers as a chew toy.
Yeah, I think one of them's chipped, and I'm like, oh, I think the other half of that's in my ankle still.
Yeah, that tracks. There's also a few items that you all find.
In his
Aside
gob?
from the cursed
Yeah.
talisman?
Aside from the cursed talisman, not in the gob,
Usually all we get is curses.
I mean, they're digging around in the mouth, you know? I don't know.
Yeah.
Do dragons work like squirrels?
Yeah, they're just like in the.
Just like
Chipmunks.
cheeks full of stuff.
Can we get into the dragon's throat and extract the acid pouch to take
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean,
like deep poison? I'm kidding.
Are you serious? Because like I've been playing a Greek game where we do a lot of like
Should we try?
harvesting.
Are you saying that out loud? Do you say that? If
Tell us
Marlo's-
what we actually
Yeah.
get. I'm being an asshole.
Marlo says
I'm
that
getting
out
very
loud.
off track.
You get a lantern that tingles with power as you touch it.
Power lantern.
Ooh, that one's spicy.
it's just
It's,
made with
we-
electricity.
Yes, we will need to go over all of this stuff later. I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
I shall keep a tab on this.
To those of you who have more of, let's say, an unsavory background, it looks a lot like a hooded lantern, but heavier, made of metal with what looks like a carved eye on the front.
But Dad had one kind of like that, but I'm pretty sure his wasn't spicy like that one, so we should be careful with it.
I wonder if it
Sure.
allows you to see invisible creatures.
Ooh, that'd be
That would
handy.
be very interesting.
Is it lit?
Just
I-
going like
do it.
this,
I love
like waiting for the little like spark to snap, like static electricity. Ah.
Because
Are you attempting it like a sinner going to church, like, I don't want to burst into flames.
It's not currently lit, but if you scrounge around a little bit, you're able to find oil.
Okay.
Could be.
Cool.
That might be very, very useful because a lot of unsavory people are invisible, especially those space people.
Invisible space
Yes,
people.
yes. Oh. Unscrupulous space people.
Are they also like pirates or just?
Yes, we can be. I mean,
just
they can
checking.
be pirates. Yes.
Can we prestidige like a flame in this lantern?
Sure.
Like right away. Yes.
There's no oil currently in it, so but if you like fill it and do all the
Sure,
stuff,
sure.
you light it, and it's a good lamp. A good lamp. It has bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
Coralynn is gonna run around if she sees anything, see if it illuminates anything.
Secret writing on the walls.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, is this just
Here
like
there
the
be dragons.
magical luminol lantern or something like that?
So there isn't anything like written on the walls or anything, but as you're running around with it, you do actually see a corner that looked like it hadn't. A corner that looked like it wasn't there a second ago is now, and it has now shown up. And when you swing it away, it disappears again.
What is this? What am I seeing?
Found a secret something.
What is that?
Oh, it's like that play we were talking about last week, where it vanishes until you're at the right angle, and then when you throw the dust across, you can
Yeah,
find
you
the
can
holy
find
path.
the whole. Yeah, and you could get to the chalice.
Exactly.
I'm,
What else did we find before we go running off after
I was
danger?
missing.
I'm
What did
so
I just?
interested.
What did I just miss?
What?
What did I just miss?
Oh, nothing.
There's a secret passage or something over there. The princess found it.
You can see. Do you mind doing it again?
I just
Go
wave
ahead,
again
yeah.
and like,
Oh.
Under draws his sword. Invisible.
invisible. Oh, I guess that makes it bad.
No,
Good,
well,
maybe.
hidden.
It's not big enough for dragon. It's big enough for person.
It's big enough for you, not even for a person really. It's big enough for like.
Oh, is this another
An
faith
item.
test where we gotta stick our hand in the hole and see if we get bit or okay?
That's
Who has a 10-foot pole?
If only Dave were with us.
Yeah, if only.
wow. Go Dave.
The Goliath.
Yeah.
It was a Goliath. It was a
Yeah.
Goliath.
He was a Goliath.
True.
Oh, did not know that.
But,
I got my quarterstaff.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is like an 8-foot pole.
Poke.
Okay, so you like grab it by the end of the pole and you poke it in and you hear like this ting.
Okay.
And every time you
Walls
and
start
every
Close it.
and every time you poke it, it sounds like a wind chime being poked.
Oh, okay. So I hear it. Can I feel like what is the? I'll do like a sweep motion. Like, am I grabbing anything, or am I like a wind chime, like brushing against something that seems to be held?
You are hitting something, but you don't have a lot of room to like move it around.
Sure.
It seems fairly solid and fairly large. Actually, it might have gotten kind of crammed in there,
Okay.
but you are able to like shift it around a little bit. It has a couple inches of give.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and use Mage Hand and see if I can't get that little friend out of there.
There we go. So you send your mage hand in there, and it disappears behind the invisibility for a second. And when it comes back out in the light of the lantern, which is very close, like you're almost blinded by the glittering blue that fills the room as the light hits a shield that looks like it's made out of a sapphire.
Wow. That looks very interesting.
That looks very interesting.
Is it heavy? Can I pick it up, or is it just like
Do you have proficiency with shields at all? It should be on your sheet.
shields?
This side,
Under,
this side of the table
armor.
over here.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna go
I
with
sincerely hope
no,
you do.
but
Sorcerer, no, you don't.
I can't imagine I would.
So for you, it's quite heavy.
Okay.
It is. It's something
Wasn't
that it's
there
like.
for a reason.
It's like when you try to pick it up, it's
Yeah.
like, ooh, I'm not quite sure how to pick this up right.
Actually, that matches Marlo.
Do you want me to?
Coralynn is definitely standing there like, no, I got it. And she definitely does not.
Marlo will, again, kind of quickly assessing, like, okay, we shouldn't spend too much more time here, is going to take off her shield and hand it to Undar.
Undar takes off his shield and sets it down, and then takes your shield.
I just meant for you to hold it for a minute.
Oh, okay.
But thank you. And we'll walk over and I presume probably much more easily pick up this shield.
Yeah, you scoop it up, and it's a round shield, so more like a buckler, but good sized. And you pick it up, and it feels comfortable, it feels right, and it's definitely singing with magic.
That's what I was. Okay, we should
And looking at it up close, there's scales.
Okay. Are they actual scales, or are they like carved scales? Like, is this a gemstone that is carved, or is
Hard to tell. You're gonna need to spend a little more time with it.
I think I'm gonna need, at some point when I've got like 10 minutes, 11 minutes to just kind of sit and focus. I think I can probably figure out what this is, but I think for now we should just stick it in the bag and gather up everything else. And
Yes, and not tell the statue about it.
Yes, and please don't show this to Renara or the statue or anyone else.
Throw it in the bag.
Until we've talked about it. Shunk.
Where'd you get that?
Oh, it was in the corner somewhere. Yeah, it seems to be
Handy.
It's
Yes.
so handy that a dragon had a to-go bag for us.
And one final item that you found as you were digging through things before I got distracted by comments of chipmunks. There's buried under like one of the piles of coins and everything, kind of hard to see until you do that, is a fairly good-sized set of scale armor that has motifs of shells and waves carved into it.
Oh, very interesting.
Beautiful.
I feel like a lot of this is Marlowe related. I feel like,
That's kind of racist. Just because I come from a seafaring culture doesn't mean we all do the shells.
well, you're the one that's been sort of gallivanting out in the ocean the entire
Because I can breathe underwater.
Yes.
I can swim quite well.
Oh, yes, that's true. I forgot.
Let's just put it all in the bag. We'll
I
figure
don't
out
think
what
I've
this
swum
is later.
at all.
You've not
I've
swum?
not swum, no, but I can.
Would you like to
I can
swim?
swim
We
pretty
can swim
well.
back.
That's adorable.
So, anyway.
Yes.
So you have collected the dragon's hoard into your bag of holding. You have the talisman, not in hand but in pocket, and contrary to all of your fears, you don't hear or see anything else come in your direction.
Great. That means now's the time to get the fuck out before anything does come looking, right?
Or we could take a nap.
We, baby did, scream, if you recall.
Right.
I would like to take a nap, but I think if we could do it back at the
Yeah.
rest would be
Yeah.
better.
All right.
Yeah.
Unless, of course. No, never mind.
Oh no, I think I'd just try.
The
We should.
here is what I don't understand. The husband works for the dragon of Dragon's Rest. Reach? Dragon's Rest.
Rest.
Why would... Are they happy for this curse is here? Are they proponent of the curse?
Maybe they didn't. I'm gonna guess on they didn't know that this was what was causing the curse. Maybe. Because based on that journal, it sounds like it was sort of one of those like real last ditch effort sorts of, heat of the moment things. Didn't really have a chance to like send a note back to be like, hey, by the way, could you come break this curse that I called out in my dying moments sort of thing. Happens a lot at sea. People say stuff they don't mean, and then zombies happen, apparently. But I do think we need to go back and talk to Runara, because I don't think she's telling us everything.
Okay, yes. I also am tired.
Marlo is saying you're like very much bleeding with lots of injuries. Like, yeah, we should go home.
I mean, we do have a
potion. Do you want to?
You already spent one of your potions on me.
I have one more.
A little nap is going to clear this up. We should save that for when we really need it.
That is worth several 100 gold pieces.
I would
Not
also,
the supreme. That stays with me.
I mean, I would also like to get some of my magic back, and I'm going to need to, like, take a little nap and say a prayer and do a couple of rituals for that to work.
Do you think that we will end up fighting when we go back?
No.
I can behave until we've taken a nap.
No,
I mean, there are-
I suspect you are curious if perhaps something has gone awry back at our resting location. I do not recall how long it took us to get here or how long our ride back will be, but I might consider my own meditation on the boat just in case.
It is about an hour and a half to get back.
Yeah, that's not going to be enough time for me.
No,
But,
same.
But you could do a short rest.
I could do
Which
some
would
of
at least.
that.
I mean, I think if instead of swimming next to the boat, I sit in the boat and kind of patch myself up, I think I could probably feel a little healthier. So if we do have to fight, we can. Just not going to have my magic
Okay.
unless my god really takes pity on me.
Well, okay. I guess we return.
All right. So,
Let's have a TPK.
Yeah, well,
We hop
I
in
mean,
the boat, and Marlo starts telling stories of this
Wrap it
guy
up.
that she once adventured with, whose daughter was like a magnet for cursed objects.
so the four of you get the little rowboat out into the ocean. Marlo, are you swimming alongside, or are you back in the boat?
If the difference of my weight is not going to drastically hinder Undar, then I think she's gonna have to sit in the boat because I'm very low HP, and I think she needs to. Essentially, if it's an hour and a half, I think she's gonna use it as a short rest.
Okay. Yeah, Undar can't use it as a short rest.
That's
I'm
fine.
sorry because
That's fine.
he's active. But anyone else who would like to can take the opportunity for a short rest, if that's helpful for you.
Can I reclaim spell?
No, because you did that already.
Yeah, that's one.
But you
for
can,
long rest.
if you're down hit points, you can spend hit dice.
I don't need that.
Do I give my channel to
with that, no,
Yes.
yeah, don't give that
I
up.
do. Okay.
I don't want to do it. That's better than what I.
I'm
Right.
gonna go ahead and spend both my hit dice then, and
No.
get my channel divinity back. So that's something.
This is why I wanted to take a nap.
I understand you, but how long of a nap?
You know, a meager 4 hours.
Yeah, I also gain a real pep in my step after a 4-hour nap.
Oh God, the spooky twins.
See, if we had 4 hours for me to nap, I'd be full back up.
Demons from hell sent to torment me. Anyway.
We're gonna take a real-time 4-hour nap.
Oh
Everybody
man.
get out your
Just watch this,
blankies.
The
yeah.
world's most interesting stream. We
Yeah.
do everything in real time. 4-hour nap, 8 seconds of combat.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would be like the speed run from hell. Anyway, so the four of you make your way back around toward the cloister of Dragon's Rest. It's getting toward like later afternoon at this point. Y'all are tired. Y'all are drained. You've been through a lot today. But you are unmolested as you make your way back around the island and beach at the landing that is down below Dragon's Rest, and pull the rowboat up onto the sand. And you have returned.
Oh, no, we gotta climb steps.
All right.
Do we? Let me see if I have anything.
Oh.
Let me see if there's anything to do. No. But you are carrying yourself up this time.
All right, I understand, Hippo.
And he's gonna start.
Yeah, schlepping our way up the stairs.
It's definitely that, like, one last thing I gotta do before I can rest. Trudge, kind of march up the stairs. But
I will, down below, I will do a divine sense. Detect good and evil until the end of your next turn. Sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or known location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet.
okay. You do not sense any of those creatures described. As you're getting closer up into like the actual cloister, you do feel pinging of a hollow area that pings where the temple is,
Gotcha.
which
Yeah.
Tracks.
I will. Since it's like one action, I'll do the next one at the top.
okay.
Just to get that.
Yeah. What's interesting as you come in is that yes, there's like the concentrated hollow where the temple is, but there's an overwhelming sense of the. It's like if the temple is the sun and the source of light. All the rest of the cloister is filled with like this warm comfort that is radiating off of the hollowness that is the temple, but everything else is filled with this peace, with this good.
Is there anything pinging off of Marla, the talisman, or
just Marlo.
Marla?
Marlo
You
just
sense-
radiates teen evil. It's the deodorant she's been wearing since she was a kid.
Right.
Evil.
You sense anything that is affected by the hollow spell? Anything else?
Strong evil registers on your senses like noxious odor.
Okay.
Powerful good rings like heavenly music. I can open my awareness to detect and blah 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 blah.
The blah blah blah.
You know the type of being whose presence you sense, but not the identity. For instance, Count von Zorovich. Detect the presence of any place or object that you. Yep. Okay. So.
Okay, so overall, when you open up your senses like that, it's like the soft humming of wind chimes throughout all of the area, except for this one patch of a really awful smell coming from Marlo's pocket.
Okay.
And I mean, given that you were told, it's a talisman of Orcus. Like, that is the god of undeath. So, like, to you, it's wonderful, wonderful, oh God.
Mm-hmm.
Literally.
It's okay. Everyone does it.
Sorry, do I have an eel in my pocket? They like to burrow in there and they get stuck. What, you've never been out swimming and had an eel just kind of wedge itself in?
No.
Okay,
No.
just me then. I'm gonna go take a nap.
That sounds good.
Yes. Well, wait for me.
Oh, a little something for each of you. And then Madame Celery's going to pull out the wine and give everyone, like, just a bottle. 1, 2, 3.
Word.
One for herself. And just pop that and just start. I'm going to sleep quite well tonight.
You know we have glasses, right? Says a voice from, like, up in a corner.
Everybody like spins. Marlo switches her wine to her shield hand so she can put a hand on her hammer just in case.
And you see Mila, the winged kobold, sitting up on the corner of the wall, just watching you. She doesn't flinch when you all turn around like that, just sort of looks at all of you. We have glasses. You can use them.
I wouldn't want to make you have to do more dishes.
Oh, it's fine. It's Varnoff's turn tonight.
Oh, well, in that case. Takes another slug.
Tell me, Kobold, do you drink?
Mila, yes, I do.
Madame Celery will grab this and then throw the last bottle and toss it up there. Have you ever tried drinking out of a wine bottle before?
Can't say as I have.
Do it. It's fun.
Pulls open a little like pouch at her side. Fiddles for a second. Pulls out a tool. Creak creak creak. Pulls out the pop. I'm not doing the sound. I hate when people do the sound. And sips. Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm. You don't need to let this stuff breathe.
I'm just really impressed that you already had the tool on you. I just used my teeth.
Oh, I'm an alchemist. I always have tools on me. It's a thing.
It's a good life skill. If you excuse me, I need to go pass out in a hammock for about 4 hours.
Okay, I'll tell Renara you're back, and she flies away.
Thank
I hope
you.
drunkenly.
No, she's only had like a sip, but she is carrying the bottle with her. And as she goes, you hear other kobolds like yelling, "Hey, give us some!"
That's cute.
Like, what do you got there?
Quick.
Oh?
I'm going to go to bed. Quick. And Under's gonna run off to bed.
I was gonna say, Mara's gonna follow up and be like, hey, how does everybody feel about if we... Is there a door on the little cloister that we're staying in?
Yeah.
How does everybody feel if we, like, shove the bed up against the door before Under gets in so that nobody can, like, jump surprise us, but we don't have to take watch? I'm feeling a little antsy.
All right.
Sure.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
I was gonna say he left. Did you tell us you had okay vibes, or was it just you
I did
commenting
not.
about how? Okay.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
You just
And
said
just
Yeah.
one of our party members reeked, and you're
Yeah.
just like moving on.
Mm-hmm.
Naps.
Naps.
We're all gonna go take a rest. A long rest.
Are you gonna take a proper long rest?
yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So as the four of you settle into your cloister, your little room, you settle in. Everyone is just fucking exhausted, and you're able to settle in. Even with all of the tension, there is something about this place. Even without opening yourself up to the holiness of it, there is something about this place that is comforting, that is calming. Maybe it's something about the way that you can hear the wind mixing with the sea. Maybe it's something about the excited chatter of the kobolds mercifully far away at this point. But there's something about the rhythm of this place that provides a comforting counterbeat to all of the stuff in your heads as you rest. And the four of you level up to level 3.
Hey! Pew, 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 pew.
Oh my god, we didn't see this coming.
I totally didn't warn them before the stream started.
Woo!
Not at all.
To get our garbage together quickly.
Possibly quite literally.
Uh-oh.
And as you rest, you surprisingly perhaps to the elfin folk, all of you have dreams.
Oh, dear.
Thanks, I hate it.
And all of you have the same dream or variations on the same thing. You each are standing in the middle of the cloister courtyard. There's the words that I wanted.
Hard to say.
It is. You're all standing in the center, each of you individually, standing alone in the center of this courtyard. And you can hear this faint singing. It's in a language that Coralynn understands.
Uh-oh.
It is a...
I gotta update my
Yeah, it's
languages.
just like, what is it? What am I like?
It is a chorus of voices singing in Draconic.
Cool. I assume I recognize it. I'm clocking it as Draconic. I'm not just like processing it as like, yeah, I know.
No, you're like you hear it, and it's one of those things where it's like you don't hear people speaking Draconic very often.
Yeah.
And so hearing it in your dream, here in this place, it very much sends up your antenna, so to speak.
Yeah. My ears are burning.
Mm-hmm. And as each of you are individually looking around the courtyard, you can feel the peace of this place. You can feel the sanctuary that has been created here. But as you look off into the south, you see what looks like a fire, a volcano maybe, some sort of burning just at the edge of your vision, the very end of the island perhaps. And as you are standing here, the peace begins to slip away little bit by little bit. And you can feel a heartbeat. You can feel memories. There is something in the island that is, it's not awake. Not yet. But as you are dreaming here in this cloister, after all that you've experienced, after all that you've seen, and with the items that you've brought back with you, Something in the island is asleep, and it is waking up. And the sense of it, the sense of conflict, of fear, presses on the little bubble of this sanctuary. And as you're standing here in the center of the cloister's courtyard, you can feel how tenuous that bubble may be, and how easy it might be to just pop. And then you all wake up.
Right. Good morning.
It's like 5 p.m.
Yeah.
What time did we? It was a full day, or
So it was late afternoon when you came in. I'll say it about. It took you about an hour and a half to get back, so about 7, 8 o'clock. So it's early morning, but it is morning.
gotcha.
Although for the elves, it is basically like midnight when you wake up.
Yeah, I definitely only transfer 4 hours and then snap awake. And I was like, nope, don't want to look at that anymore.
That is an interesting comment. I can't decide if Coralynn would have tried to go back to sleep to get more, or if she would have been a little disturbed by what she heard and just kind of sat there in the dark, petting Darling for hours until everybody else woke up.
Is that what you think you did? That you laid there petting your dog? What do you think?
I think she might have tried. Well, okay, I guess was the contents of the song disturbing? Was it a lullaby? Like, if she can translate it.
Sure. So knowing what you know about Draconic culture and about Bahamut specifically, it is it's a choir rendition of a I want to say worship song, but that's way too like modern Christianity.
Him.
Thank you.
It is a hymn.
Yeah.
Within there are subcategories of lament.
True.
Of
This is more of the, not necessarily a lullaby, but of the, we have a good thing, we are thankful for what we have, protect us against the darkness as the darkness grows.
Okay, so it is a joyous, it is a praise song.
Yes.
If you will, as opposed to
oh god.
a dirge or a cry for help.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not necessarily disturbing. It's just kind of ominous.
Yeah.
Then I think she would have felt safe enough to continue to try and sleep, and I don't know that she would have gotten a whole lot of sleep necessarily out of that. But she would have tried to like doze at least to see if anything more occurred to her.
Roll me an Arcana check, please.
That'd be a hefty 8.
Okay. So you are drifting in and out of trancing. I imagine even with your princessy types of things, oversleeping is not much of a thing.
Not really, no.
Yeah.
She's not that dainty.
Yeah. As you drift in and out of your light trances, you get little flashes, little hints of images, and with your knowledge of the arcane, and specifically because of your sorceress origin, you can feel that you've hooked into the weave somewhere. And the flashes of images are memories of what occurred here, a little bit.
Okay.
So you see flashes of a huge red dragon. Flash, 3 dragons fighting. This huge red dragon. Flash, a island rising out of the sea. But it's so disjointed that you're not sure that you have them in the right order. You're not sure necessarily what was going on. I mean, you can tell to an extent.
Sure, but it does feel like it is all already occurred.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And while the flashes were too quick to really tell, it was a red dragon and 3 metallic. It was too fast to tell what kind of metallic.
Thank you. I was like, oh, which boys?
A blur of shiny.
They could be relevant to my background, but if I can't tell, that's chill.
Yeah, it's too difficult for you to tell with those quick flashes, but you do like hold those memories, those flashes in your mind as best as you can, because as you're in and out of trancing, it's like trying to hold on to sand.
Sure. Okay, cool beans.
Marlo, do you try to go back to sleep, or are you up?
I think Marlo. I think Marlo's gonna wait to do anything more exam. Actually, no. If Madame Celery would have let her, then before we went to sleep, she would have pulled the armor and the kind of jeweled shield bracer out of the bag of holding so she could access them without disturbing. And I think what she's gonna do is she's gonna take those, slip her way outside and find like some sort of clearing area, because it's like what, midnight, 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Find some clearing area that's a little bit away from everything under the stars, and is going to kind of set these things out and sit, and she doesn't really have any skill that will allow her to just learn what these are, but just kind of like sitting under the night sky in the starlight, sort of meditate, feel what's coming from these. And I think she's also going to take the bundle with the cursed talisman that she's got her amulet wrapped around, and kind of set that there too, and just sort of like open up and focus and see if she can pick up anything else about these. And probably do some very dumb sort of like put her hand over the cursed talisman and cast Spare the Dying on it, knowing that that's not gonna do it. That's not really what it works, but sort of that openness of I am willing to expend my magic in exchange for knowledge. And just kind of see if she can figure out any of this stuff before she has to go talk to other people about what they are. Because I think she's a little weirded out by Madame Celery's comment about how all this seems to be relevant to her, because she's like, none of this is relevant to me. I'm just stuck here waiting for a boat. And so now she's kind of got that like bug in the back of her mind about maybe is there something relevant? Should I know what this is?
Sure. So sitting out here under the stars, it's a half moon tonight, balance between the light and the darkness. And as you're sitting out here with the moonlight and the stars shining down on you, you can feel, stronger than you have in some time, the presence of your goddess as the night cloak touches your cheek very lightly. Almost the caress of Mother Night. And as you hold your hand over the talisman and cast Spare the Dying, you feel an echo under your hand. Because Spare the Dying is a necromantic spell. And you feel the necromancy ping off of each other.
Well, guess everyone makes choices in their dying moments, don't they? And I think she is going to... She's not fully trying to trance in the sense of sleep again, but meditation trance while she waits for everybody else to wake up. Not, maybe a little bit similar to what Coralyn's doing, of just sort of like, just waiting.
Yeah. Well, and focusing on these two items, when you hold your hands over the shield, you have now been in the presence of a dragon. A young one, admittedly.
Just one?
but a dragon nonetheless. And putting your hands over this shield and focusing and meditating, you can hear wind whistle in your ears for a second. The flap of wings that are really too heavy to actually carry anything but magic. And as you look down at this thing, somewhere in the back of your mind, you remember there are 3 kinds of dragons: chromatic, metallic, and jewel. You asked before if it was a gemstone that was carved. No, this is dragon scale. And turning your focus to the armor that's in front of you, while you can certainly see why people would associate it with you, Miss Sea Elf, with the waves and the shells, as soon as you put your hands over it, you recognize that you don't need this. Because this is made for those who are on ships without your abilities. This is made for a mariner.
Got it.
It's a leotard you have to pierce.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just gonna kind of sit and focus, never going into a full trance. Always keeping one ear out because I do have the talisman in front of me, and I'm like, I might have just set myself up as like the zombie bait central point target because I don't know exactly 100% how this works.
Sure.
So I was keeping an ear out, but I'll just wait there until I figure enough time has passed that the non-elven members of my party will be waking up. I'll probably head back a little bit early to see if Coralynn's awake and just touch base with her before the other 2 wake up.
Yeah. I will say the last thing that you get from the talisman is when you pay attention to it again, the wound that you took from the dragon, the one that finally felled you, it hurts for a second. It's gone now, but it hurts for a second, and you get the feeling that had you remained dead, this thing would call you.
Not have, yeah. Okay, that's a good reminder that I need to put some paperwork in place to make sure that I can't come back as undead.
And you go back to your room in the cloister. Whether or not you are properly awake from your in and out trance is up to you.
Sure. Since I'm dozing.
Gift.
That's
If that's what's happening, then I'm definitely awake.
Yeah.
I'm like, is he doing this every night?
Yeah. That's how they sleep.
It's so cute and also so obnoxious.
It's adorable. I can't believe I'd have missed it all this time.
Yeah, just kind of stick the head in and be like, you awake?
Yeah.
You want to go grab early coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Swirl on my robes.
Yeah.
Nice.
I took a look at some of those things from the bag. I don't think that armor is going to be of much use to me, but I think
Oh.
I can already do everything it does. Or that's the sense I'm getting. I don't quite know for sure, but you might want to try it. Or we can give it to Madame Celery. I don't know if it'll fit Undar.
I think Undar's pretty well
Equipped.
laden. I mean, I'll give it a try. Did you figure out what you wanted to figure out from it?
I mean, everything's sort of... My goddess and I haven't really been on speaking terms in a long time. Not in a bad way, just in a sort of... I got busy doing other things. This is sort of a reconnect. But I think maybe she was trying to nudge me in the right direction. This thing, the shield, it's, have you ever heard of a jewel dragon?
Yes.
I've only heard stories. I've obviously never really encountered dragons that much, but I had forgotten until just now that that's a thing, and I think that's what this is made from.
Oh. That.
Also, the amulet super cursed. Didn't really need. I just wanted to confirm that very cursed.
It. Yes. That did seem pretty forward considering it's the object we need to get to return to this husband. I just presumed to know about jeweled dragons, but I'm pretty sure that Coralynn would at least be familiar with the concept of jeweled dragons.
Oh, definitely.
If you'd like me to roll for like some background, if I've got anything else on jeweled dragons, I would be happy to do that.
I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What branch of dragons is Coralynn's ancestry from?
Let me double check. I believe I am from. I'm a brass dragon baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cute.
So this would not be her focus. She would have been focusing on other stuff. But if she's done research into dragons, she
Okay.
kind of knows something about everybody.
Give me an Arcana or a History check, whichever is your preference, at advantage.
Indeedy do. That's amazing. I rolled
That is pretty amazing.
2 low numbers.
The exact same.
The exact
you know?
same low number. Okay. Let's see. I mean that's a 10 either way.
Okay.
In literally any direction you cut it. Unless we
Add a
I'll
D6.
add a D6
put on
to
one of
that.
those boys.
Thank you for the inspo.
Worth it for the lore.
Plus 3. So 13.
right. So, gem dragons are a little bit less well known. They tend to keep to themselves a little bit more. You don't know a lot about them. You do know that they tend to be more on the good side than on the evil side, which is
Sure.
handy. Yeah, you don't know a whole lot about them, but you do remember there are a couple books back home that specifically talked about them, and you could picture them in your head, but you didn't really like read them much.
Right.
So there's more information that you can gather, but you don't remember much right now.
That's completely fair. Yeah. So I'd just be like, they're not bad. Individuals might be, cranky, as people can
Fair
be
enough.
cranky. But for the most part, they're decent.
That's good to know, I guess. It's a little bit wild to find something like this out here in the middle of nowhere, but maybe in so many shipwrecks, they could have had treasure from anywhere.
Yeah, I think dragons don't necessarily all act in the same ways. I think we're more familiar with our red dragons
Sure, I mean,
and the other troublemakers.
every drunken sailor in a bar who's been at sea has some story about that one time with the ancient red dragon that we all know is a load of baloney with maybe this much truth in it.
Yes, of course. That being said, did you sleep well?
Oh, no, I was trying to just, empty my mind, normal trance, and I kept having this bizarre. I don't usually dream, really, because of the trancing thing, and I just, standing on the island, and there was like a fire and some singing or something. It was wild, very distracting. I finally gave up and went outside to commune or whatever you want to call it.
I think we had the same dream.
We're not related, are we? I just want to clear up the first step. I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean, like, step one. No.
That I'm aware of.
Okay.
But I had the same dream. I didn't quite have visions of fire.
It was sort of vague on the edge. I'm not really sure. I might have jumped to a lot of assumptions. Like I said, I don't really dream that much.
Me neither. It was actually pretty hard to grasp everything that was happening. But I did see a fair number of dragons.
How many is a fair number, if I can ask?
Like 4.
Okay, just check it. Little like the ones we... Okay, great. Sorry, continue. Okay.
So one of them might have been an aforementioned red dragon and some metallic-looking friends.
Okay.
Which way, frankly.
It's a lot of dragons.
But they seemed. I don't know if you've learned a whole lot of languages in your travels, but the song that I heard, at least, was not scary.
I mean, it sounded really nice. It's not a language I speak. I mostly talk to things that live in water, so that's most of the languages I know.
That's kind of what I figured. He, got a little draconic in my background. So, that song was, a lot of times there'll be that like really peppy tune, but it's about like the death and destruction of all around you.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, this wasn't that, oddly enough. This was more of just like a thanks for stuff and keep on trucking kind of tune. Which,
okay, that's I mean that's better than we call upon the end of all days or something like that.
Yeah, no, I didn't catch any of that language. It seemed more thankful, and I guess the continue to bless us vexed me a little bit.
It's a little.
I don't know what that means for like our current situation.
Yeah, we should grab some coffee and wait for the others to wake up, and then I think we need to go talk to Elder Runara, because I think she knows more than she's telling us about what's going on around here.
Agree. I think she'll help illuminate. I mean, we already have, like, pointing to statue, like, there's already a history of some, like, appreciation going on, so I don't want to, like, ruin that for anybody.
Sure.
In the process of trying to fix the definite zombie problem.
Yeah, no, I mean, the priority is fixing the very real and current zombie problem, but I do have some very dragon-related questions specifically for the Elder. She does also have a pack of kobolds who infamously are trying to ascend to dragonhood or serve dragons, which is a little bit wild, so...
It is, but I've always found kobolds just kind of like, if you give them a good deal.
I mean, that's true.
They're okay.
There are some that are very astute businessmen. They usually travel in threes.
You've seen them stacked.
Yeah, you do the stacking thing.
Yeah, it's really freaky when they're like, yeah, okay, and then like a third hand pops out to hand you.
Right?
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't care for it, but boy, I have got some of my best cold weather adventuring equipment from them.
Oh, good to know.
Yes. Does your dog also drink coffee?
No, she sticks to water.
Look, I know a guy who has some very weird pets on one of our boats.
That's fair. So. On occasion, during celebrations, I do slip her a little mead. It is very funny to watch her teeter-totter around.
I'll bet. Yeah. We'll go in and get some coffee.
I wish Madame Celery was awake to hear that. Come back with something
Get the
real
dog
would be.
drunk.
No.
She's sleepy. She's
Oh, don't break the bubble.
As the two of you pass through the mess hall, there's a puppy pile of kobolds curled up underneath one of the tables, and next to them is the bottle lying sideways.
That's cute.
Yes.
I'm gonna pick up the bottle and see if there's anything left in it.
Oh no, it's gone.
It's definitely gone.
And they're all snoring with those like high pitched.
Kobold. It's gonna be
They're not Pokemon.
I was just gonna say,
I can't wait to-
everything here tells us what it is. And we can just get the next thing we fight. I have a spell that puts things to sleep. Next time we fight something, I'll just put it to sleep, and then it'll tell us what it is.
What is it? What are you? Tell me.
Man, someday I'm gonna learn that
that
spell that
palette,
lets you
everything's
summon a little, like, spectral animal companion. I'll just have a little octopus that follows me around. That'd be great.
That'd be adorable.
Next time. Anyway, I'm gonna go start some coffee or something.
I will assist.
So the two of you are able to start coffee in the kitchen. How about you two? Are you waking up?
Yeah.
Sure.
I literally don't
You
pop the
jolted
bubble.
awake. You were like, I sensed an opportunity for a singer.
Madame Celery, don't pop the bubble.
Oh, what are you saying?
I said don't pop the bubble.
Don't pop the bubble.
Yeah. It's bad.
Oh,
It's bad.
wait. Bubble? Oh, did you dream?
Yeah. Yeah, we had a drink.
Right.
We're on the verge of releasing something bad. I don't know. Is the talisman going to release something bad?
Oh,
Are we doing the right thing? Maybe we're doing the wrong thing.
All right. It is time to go get breakfast, and we will discuss this with the others.
Is there time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So they're like, I'm gonna multi-class into chronomancy and make time.
Is that a long rest?
Oh yes.
Oh,
You each took a long rest. All relevant abilities are restored, and you have all leveled up to 3. And if anyone would like to talk about the changes that they made, you are welcome to do so, or not. It's up to you.
I'm a cleric. I got nothing. That's true. I got 2 new spell slots. Go team.
And level 2 spells. That's not nothing.
Level 2 spells is fun.
Level 2 is fine. I didn't get the spell that I wanted, which was a level 1 spell anyway, so apparently my class doesn't actually get that one by default.
Which one?
Identify.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna restock Identify after I tranced to check on things, and I'm like, apparently Twilight clerics don't get that one.
Yeah, I think that's more of a knowledge cleric thing.
I've had it as every other cleric I've
Or
ever
wizards.
moved, so.
Or wizards.
Yes. It's fine. I still got a boon from my goddess.
You did.
Vague, windy hints. I'll take it.
I'll just leave that alone. On the subject
Yes.
of vague hints, shall we go ahead and start getting people entered into the giveaway?
Giveaway?
Giveaway.
There's a giveaway? Did
So
we announce
giveaway.
that? I
Do you
didn't know
have
there was a
Nightbot
giveaway.
open?
We announced
Nightbot
it.
is ready to roll.
We announced it briefly at the beginning.
Oh, I
I mean, we're not going to roll it yet.
No, we're not
It
gonna
is
roll for a
ready
while.
for people to enter.
So go ahead and enter hashtag chaos. We're not going to break yet, but I didn't say it earlier, so I'm saying it now.
Work.
Oh,
Oh, I'm so sorry. You woke me from the dream.
Yes.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was interrupting.
No. Yes.
Well,
What is it? Thunder, what?
Oh, I usually don't have dreams that are that vivid.
I must say, it is strange that we dreamed of the same thing. I
You
too
had
felt
it-
the bubble.
Oh my.
I did. However, I was actually having quite a good time in the dream. You see Madame Celery, like, she's looking at her fingers while she's talking to you, and they're kind of the fingertips are starting to glow a little bit. She's like, I feel more energized than I have in quite a long time. And she's like, looks at her nails. They kind of start glowing like a deeper purple than her actual fingers. She's like,
Oh, is that frostbite?
I don't think so.
Oh, that can be very dangerous. You might lose your fingers if it's frostbite.
No, I must say that the dream, or waking from the dream.
Here, let me hold your hand. I will warm them up.
So this visual of this
I wish we were
do
there.
like, oh, God.
Yes.
All right.
They're not cold at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So you actually you feel like some type of. So what she leveled up. She has scorching ray now, so she's feeling like, oh, I was a little colder before, but now.
Actually, that is very toasty. Do you mind if I hold on to you because you are warming my hands?
You know what? Why not?
Okay.
So.
Thank you.
But let's go meet the other. No, they're not here. They're probably getting breakfast. But let us avoid.
Okay. I'm gonna grab your hand and walk out with you.
And she'll reluctantly allow it. She'll just be like, all right.
So hand in hand, hippo and human walk through the cloister, and as you're approaching the
As we walk out of the room holding
canteen.
hands, I'm sure Cobalt's like, huh?
No.
What's wrong? You're safe.
There was wine involved last night. Yeah, exactly.
As you're approaching the canteen, you're hearing little, oh my head, from inside the canteen, and
This
looking in.
stupid-
Remember, you gotta double-handed. You always gotta have coffee or water in the one hand that's not holding the alcohol, and you alternate. It's very important.
We didn't give them that much alcohol.
They're very small. I also recognize my constitution is very high because I grew up around
That's
pirates and thieves, and I had to be able to drink them under the table from a very young age.
I suppose that is true. I don't know if you've ever been to a prestigious banquet, but everything is just.
I haven't, but I would be fascinated to watch one sometime.
What is? Are we hearing them?
Yes, we're sitting around and enjoying this conversation.
As we're holding hands. It's like, what is this prestigious banquet you speak of?
Well,
She's a
any
princess.
sort of large gathering where you've got to have like the local food. You never know what it is. They never tell you, and if you don't already know, it's like an offense to ask.
Wait, do you go out into the public to do this with people?
Socialize with
Common?
other people, like other dignitaries. You have to go to these.
Oh, you're
Large
talking about a
events.
ball.
Politics.
Yes, balls, royal tours.
I have been to a pirate's ball before. They're nothing like that. It's just like a way more aggressive drunken tavern party.
I
Oh,
see,
that
I
sounds
see.
fun.
And,
It is
well,
sort of, you do get dressed up for it. You bring out your best jewelry and show off your jewel hoard and things like that. It's me a good time.
so Undar's holding both hands in Madame Celery's left hand, and so while they're talking, she's like, yes, she'll actually reach down, grab a coffee mug, and she's gonna test like heating it up, and then like put it down, like coffee, like.
Oh yes, certainly.
No. She's gonna pour it down his throat. Like, if his hands are still.
How
No, I
hot
will.
are you making this?
She hasn't done it. Well, no. I was gonna say.
It's not heat metal, right?
Yeah, it's not. Well, oh shit. No.
It's like, hold
But
on.
I'm just trying to like.
Ray is
color
more
it
of like
a
an
little bit.
attacking
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. I'm just trying to.
Do you have prestidigitation?
I do.
You
I
can
do.
use that to warm it up.
Okay, yeah, but not like.
Well, I prefer cream in my coffee.
Glug.
Did you two go to the chapel last night or something?
Chapel.
Look at the song.
I can
Musical episode.
Yes.
if anybody does want to go to the chapel, I have the ability to
Oh, that's very good to
to
know.
to orchestrate, to oversee, to officiate such a thing.
As a ship captain.
No. I am only a ensign.
Oh, that's right. Well,
Officer.
She's
Yeah,
like-
I'm sorry.
It's like-
well,
No,
since
but-
everybody else on your boat's dead, I guess that makes you the captain.
Oh, well,
That is technically how it works. You are the captain now.
yes, but there's no boat.
We can get you a boat.
Right.
Boats are easy. I can build you a boat.
I hear maritime law is malleable.
Also that. Incredibly flexible.
For by water,
Yes,
it's good.
no. I mean, if if you did want to marry somebody, I could do that, and then you get a
God, the look on me.
and you get a +2 bonus to your AC for.
Oh wait, do you really?
Yeah.
Yes.
The captain of the first mate of one of my
Ceremony.
ships got married for that exact reason. They were hilarious. They hated
Wait.
each other, but they were very hard to stab.
Tell me more about this, Under. What is this? If I marry,
It is for a limited time only that you can you get the AC bonus. So.
Wedding like every week on the boat. It was great.
But it only applies to like the two participants, not
They
like
were big
Then,
mass
yes.
group weddings. Like everyone on the
oh,
ship was
just like
married.
everybody is getting married
Constantly. Yes. Pirates are
Wild.
very gay. I'm not sure if you're aware of this.
I mean,
Fascinating.
that's fine. It just seems like a lot of effort and ceremony. I didn't know there was so much jollity.
It all makes sense now.
yes. Booty, the poop deck, a lot of different. Oh wait, no.
I think it's too late.
Yeah.
Now we're there.
Semen.
Marlo just blinking like, yeah, no, that's what I just said. I don't know everyone's. Oh, now I get it.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
okay.
makes sense. To me.
you-
I had no idea that if you were to be betrothed to someone, you can collect a.
It is a divine gift from my god.
That makes
Ah.
sense.
It tracks.
That makes sense.
I could also do alternate uses of
What
the
does
very
that-
same
Do
spell.
you want sugar in your coffee?
Just cream.
Cream.
Okay.
So we were discussing. What was that?
You already know each other's preferences.
Oh yes.
Anyway, that is a tangent that we can discuss.
That is fascinating.
later, but yeah.
We were discussing a dream that we had last night about a
Yes,
bubble.
Yes, yes. Oh yeah, do not break the bubble on the dragon's reach. There's a I think a big dragon underneath who's
By
about
the-
to wake up.
I
The
do
looks
think
on
you're
your
correct
faces.
about that. Yes.
Did
Yeah,
you
I-
also?
Yeah.
There was singing and bubble and yeah.
Yeah. All that.
Are we all related?
No.
No.
So this is probably So this is probably divine intervention of some sort then.
I mean, you do have that thing in your pocket.
Yes, perhaps,
Even I do have that thing.
I just had a thought. What if the husband is a kobold?
Do you think?
Oh,
Because they surf the dragon.
that is a very interesting.
I think most of the
I think we
kobolds
should speak
here
with Renara.
are too young, but we should definitely speak to Renara because I think she.
Would that even be legal? I mean, on the high seas, I suppose.
No,
There's very few rules. Again, maritime law, incredibly flexible.
Really a needs of the moment kind of law.
Do we know the husband's name? I don't remember.
Nope.
We just know Alpheus asked for the.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
we should speak.
We should go speak to Renara. Top up, everyone. We're going to the chapel. We're not getting married this time, but we are going to the chapel because I'm guessing that's where she's gonna be.
So the four of you leave the groaning kobolds, who are all
I love their first album.
sipping little bits of coffee.
If you have an alligator, you can submerge it in, and then the electrolytes from the skin will help rejuvenate. It's Gatorade.
Miss Marlowe, you're very loud.
Yep.
I'm sorry. That was genius.
Yeah.
That was so good. Punspiration.
No.
That was, really good. That was so good.
That would have been a DUI card.
That would have been a
Yeah.
The drinking card. As you are walking out, you pass Varnoth on her way in. She looks at you, looks at the pile of kobolds, looks at the four of you again. Oh, good, I smell coffee, and keeps walking.
We just topped up the pot.
Wonderful. I forgive you. And keeps walking. And the four of you make your way to the chapel, where indeed Elder Renara is sitting by herself, cross-legged, in front of the altar. It is, even without opening up your senses, this place is holy. Like with a capital H.
Oh yes, very holy.
And walking in, you smell the incense. The place is lit very gently with candles, and maybe for the first time, you notice that this is one of the bigger buildings in the cloister. She doesn't look up from her hands where they're folded in her lap as you come in, but she says quietly, "Come in, take your rest."
I believe we have just had our rest. Thank
Come,
you. Thank you.
sit.
Oh boy. I'm gonna try and sit cross-legged again.
Crisscross applesauce.
Here we go.
When I step into this place with the cursed talisman in my pocket, do I feel anything? Is there any sort of flare, reaction, sense, or is it all fine?
So with it pressed up against your leg where it is, you do feel a little like burst, but you also feel that shadowy blanket of your talisman, of your amulet, wrapped around it, containing it, and keeping it from reacting much more violently in here.
Love that for us.
Do you make a reaction or no? Is it all kind of
I think Marlo hangs to the back of the group.
Okay.
Because she's very quietly doing a little bit of like, don't start shit, don't start shit, don't start shit. Just ask questions like a normal person. Don't start shit. And then check that animal.
In like 5 minutes.
And once the four of you are settled, Runara opens her eyes and looks at each of you. I heard that you returned very tired and worn yesterday. I'm sorry that I did not see you before you took your rest.
Well, we wanted to make sure we were in our best shape in case anything terrible had happened here while we were gone.
Quite. What did you find there?
A whole lot of questions.
Oh?
And secrets.
That is the way of things, is it not?
Yes, there was an octopus as well.
There do tend to be a few of those around here.
It was undead. It was dead?
Undead.
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 Yes, the undead problem around here.
Who's got that journal?
He.
I think you
mean,
do.
Did I keep it?
I thought you
It might be in the
hung on
bag,
to
but
it.
just
It probably.
here.
By default, I usually
Yeah.
assume that I have taken journals, but I wanted to check. Yeah, Marla will pull out the journal and open to the page that talks about the husband, the talisman, and just like hold it out to Renara.
Mm-hmm. She'll turn toward it.
So were they talking about you?
Looks down and you see an eyebrow quirk. And she stands up and shifts deeper into the temple and kind of looks up. This gets less and less comfortable as I get older, and transforms into
Knew it. Fucking knew it.
into an adult bronze dragon.
Under.
She is enormous in front of you. Like the fact that this chapel is the largest building in the cloister, it barely contains her.
Like, oh, that makes sense.
Undar rolls onto his back and he's just trying to get his legs undone. He's like, looks like a turtle.
And Brunara then just like curls her tail around her forepaws like a cat and sits down, very, very dainty, and just looks at the four of you mildly.
He's rolling around to get now and just sitting up. Oh, I got this. Hold on. All right, this is fine. Everything's fine.
Marla will take a little bit of
I feel yeah.
She's trying to be all like stoic and fine. And I'm so sorry. Hang on. I'll get it. Totally kind of sat back up.
I'm gonna sit on my knees. This time. Oh, that's so much better.
And after all this, Madame Celery's been standing this whole time. It's just like, I mean, all right.
You are a dragon. You are a.
I am.
And I'm going to presume no offense meant a fairly old one, if you can pull off that particular trick.
Yes.
You never ask a lady her age.
I didn't ask how old she was. I was just noting the amount of power.
Sometimes you just need to know these things, but that is true, Unda. You never ask a lady her age. 25. To the year.
Is that in Electrum?
Oh.
Hippo smacked later.
The four of you seem troubled.
Well,
Understatement.
It was.
yes.
I think it was the vision that we all had.
Yes.
We all had the same dream.
What did you dream?
The bubble
The bubble.
around this place.
The dragon about to be released.
Chanting, singing of some sort. The glow maybe of fire in the distance.
And she rolls her shoulders and then comes back down to human woman appearing, rolling her shoulders. That never gets more comfortable. Right. As you've discovered, this island has many old wounds, many secrets, some of which, well, perhaps you can help if you are willing.
Well, we'd really like to get this place uncursed, and I do have a reach in the pocket and pull out the bound talisman.
She, draws back a little bit, seeing it. Huh. I can feel its power from here. What
Yeah, it's not great.
is it?
Apparently, as you'll see in this journal, a dying sailor made a pledge to Orcus that can only be broken by their husband, who served, I presume, you here.
Halthia. I remember her husband. He did work for me, but he passed on decades ago.
So does that mean there's no way to break it, or does that mean we got to go bring him back first?
I certainly hope not that last part.
Yeah,
Here, let me.
want my crap.
May I see the journal?
Yeah.
And she'll take it and read it over. Oh no, it's much easier than that. I know where he is buried. I can direct you directly to it. If you return this talisman to his grave and burn it or bury it there.
Great, love that. So we don't need him physically. We just need his. Great. We can live with that.
Do we have to do it, or can you do it?
I can do it if you wish. I would not take away from you the catharsis, perhaps, of ending the curse that you have worked so hard to find out about. But if you wish me to go and handle that, I can do so.
Well, I would like to participate because I think that is a very protective thing to do.
I certainly don't mind one way or the other. I'll go.
Well, the graveyard is not far from here, and we can be there in 15 minutes.
Great, let's go break a curse.
Come then. And
Do we trust her?
Absolutely not.
I was gonna say, can I roll
Insight.
something? Yeah, I was like, I want to
Insight.
roll a little something.
roll.
And she's like,
Anyone who would like to can roll an insight check.
yeah, I don't.
Undar's hook, line, and sinker.
That's a nat 1 for Madam Salaries. It's just like, I can't put my finger on
No.
Something.
With a nat 1, mate, you believe every word she has to say.
And,
All right.
and with a nat 2, Undar is right with you.
All right, I guess we can trust her.
How do I feel with an 18?
With an 18,
It's better than what I got.
As I'm also holding the cursed talisman.
that does help. With an 18, you she is not lying to you.
Oh.
You are absolutely confident that she is. You can see pleasure on her face at the concept of being able to break this curse and it being so easy.
Yeah. I think that's the point that Marlo will kind of fall in. Be like, so all we have to do this. If you don't mind me saying so, because I don't wish to overstep, but I've been in a lot of situations in my life where they have famously opened with the words, "This should be simple," or "What's the worst that could happen?" And then what proceeds to happen is the absolute worst possible outcome. How sure are you that this is going to work? Or I guess better so, are you sure that if this doesn't work, it's not going to make things worse?
Well, one can never be sure about things like that, can they?
Right, but like on a scale of like 1 to 20, if you were trying to give me a like estimate of how well this has to succeed for us to accomplish our goal.
I believe. I don't believe in fate necessarily. But
Good, she's a bitch.
But I do believe in the patterns of the weave. And I do believe that when the right conjoining of threads come together, it is simple sometimes. This spell was impossible to break without this specific piece. I tried. And as you know, I am quite powerful. Without that particular item, it is impossible. But it's like finding the right key for the correct lock.
We have that too.
We do actually have one of those.
Excellent. So, I mean, can I guarantee that it will not make things worse? No. But I do believe that with how everything is conjoining with the dreams that you mentioned. Well, I don't believe in fate, but I do believe in patterns, and the pattern has brought the four of you here.
Pretty sure that was just the tide, but
Are not the tides a sort of pattern?
I think I like you. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud?
that's very sweet of you, Undar.
Did.
Let's go try to break a curse.
Yes, I do believe her. I think we should go to the to the graveyard.
We all, in true spooky season fashion, we make our way to the graveyard
Welcome to
Off to the
our
with our
graveyard.
cursed hair.
It's time to salt and burn, folks.
Big
So,
Oh, it is October 1st.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to the graveyard.
yeah, it's a perfect way to start off spooky bitch
Going
season.
to the graveyard and we're gonna
Gonna die for him.
It's better than mine.
I like that.
So the five of you make your way northwest, and you find it is a little bit of a hike, a little bit uphill, but it's nothing accosts you along the way. There is no danger or issue as you're going, and you find a graveyard. It's small, but you are able to.
Well, yeah, because all the things are undead now, just roaming around in the ocean.
No
That
one's
does
here. No
help.
one's here. It's a vacant. Yeah. It's like a ghost town here.
You
Oh
sure
my god.
he's here?
Boo.
Boo, boo, boo.
His name was Brastos, and he was laid to rest here. And she guides you to a grave that, I mean, it's not new. It is several decades old, but it does look like this graveyard is well kept. So you know, all the graves are cleared off. There's a couple wilting flowers that Renar absently picks up and removes because they've served their purpose. Yeah.
Can I read may I read the journal?
Of course. Here you
I would like to insight the journal
Oh.
Okay.
go. Oh.
to see if this is a trap.
And it's a trap.
The moment that you know you've been playing too much Call of Cthulhu with Ezra.
Oh, you also saw that play about the ritual that went horribly wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of plays about that.
Yeah.
Dirty 20 on the inside.
Ooh.
Okay.
On the journal.
So with that, you're able to see the handwriting is scrawling. The words are water splattered, not you think from the sea, but from tears.
Oh.
There's a little bit of blood along the sides of it, and you get a sense of desperation from the way that this is written out. And as it gets lower and lower in the entry, the hands get shakier and shakier, and you see that corresponds with them saying in the journal that they were becoming a zombie themselves. Because Althea had bit them right before they started writing. And from this, you don't think that at least the person who wrote this thinks that this is a dangerous spell.
Okay. Well, very sincere.
Madame Celery's gonna take out, because I know we have some candles and candlesticks that have the carved dragons on them that we got in that board. And she'll start setting him out. She's like, I really have no idea what I'm doing, but this seems right. And we'll kind of start like trying to make some kind of respectful-ish thing.
And Renora will bring out a low bronze dish and set it in the center of the shape that you have created with the candles.
I'll prestidigitate those candles lit.
The black flame.
Marla,
Yeah.
Marla, would you be so kind as to place the talisman?
Unwrap it, hook my amulet back around my neck, unwrap it, this time making sure to keep it in the cloth, not touch it directly because of what we're about to do, and I'll place it in the dish.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think go back to my pouch and we'll kind of rifle through it and fish out like my little travel box that's like incense and a flint and a lighter that's part of my like cleric's gear, you know, and just kind of slide the top off and kind of present that to Renara in case she wants to use any of it.
I will defer to you. Those are your religious tools.
I mean, I haven't used these in years. They're just here if we need them.
Perhaps.
I never had to do something like this in my practices. I was only an acolyte.
Then I will show you. And she takes the incense and begins. If there's a little bit of salt in there, she'll take the salt and oil and sprinkle it on top of the talisman, holding the incense in the other hand, and then has you hold the piece of incense and with the flint and knife, very very specifically not using magic to light it, lights the incense and places it so it's over the talisman. Now then, do you have precipitation? Kinswoman, would you be so kind as to light it?
She does minimal flourish and is like, oh.
And the talisman flashes to life. It burns bright hot. Hotter than the hair contained within really should. And all of you smell this sickening smell for a second. And then and then you hear just the faintest little sigh in your ear. A sound of relief. A sound of rest. And then the wind picks up and blows through. You see further in the direction of the shipwrecks, you see a fog cloud rising, blown away by the wind as the wind picks up. And Renara looks. I think that the curse has been broken. Did you feel that?
I did.
A knot,
I heard it.
a knot in the weave has been unsnarled. Well done. I wish them rest.
That was too easy.
I would normally agree with you, but I think she's telling us that it's done.
Well, that piece is. There won't be any new undead. Hopefully, not anymore. But what about this dream?
Yes, what about this? Yes. This outsider.
This bubble, this dragon, all these
I had more visions than my companions. They
What?
weren't so ominous.
What did you see?
I saw a number of dragons and this island being born.
You saw the binding of Sharuth. Curious. Long before my time, very long before my time, there was a red dragon named Sharuth who terrorized the coast. A red dragon, monstrous. And metallic dragons took a stand. Fought him, which you saw in your memories, in your dreams.
I believe so.
They fought him, dragged him down below the ocean, and imprisoned him there in the belief that the seawater would contain the fire. All of that weight of water and salt, hopefully quenching the fire. But in the place that he was buried, or so legend says, this island rose. Again, long before my time, and you know how legend and myth intertwine sometimes. But as far as I'm aware, Sharuth was real.
So this is a literal zombie island, born
Well,
from dead.
It's a literal dragon's island. I don't know that means it's inherently bad, but it's not necessarily made of good hopes and dreams.
Sorry. Also, geologically speaking, maybe the red dragon just melted rock, and then the rock rose to the surface, and it could be very well all natural, except for the curse and
the
woman who
weird
turns into a
armor that
dragon,
we
yeah.
found in the Illnet.
Regardless, I do believe that this was where Sharuth died, was contained. I'm unsure about
See,
that.
the differentiation between those two is a little bit what I'm concerned about, because dragons live for a very long time, so if he wasn't actually dead, what's to say he's not going to try to break the bindings and return?
The chromatic dragons wish for such a time.
The chromatic dragons wish for a lot of things, from what I understand.
Don't they just? But regardless, the binding, the death, whatever it was, I am not sure it was, again, even before my mother's time. It left a mark on this island. It left draconic magic smeared through the soil and the sea around. And this place has been the center point for hundreds and hundreds of years of dragons fighting and dying.
Dragon's Rest.
Yes. 100 years ago, I came here. I came because I was also drawn by the magic, by the power that I could sense here. And I found another here, a blue dragon. I don't remember his name. But he was doing something to try and draw on the power of this island. To do something to make himself equal to Bahamut and Tiamat themselves. I tried to persuade him, I tried to talk him out of it, but he would not hear me. His lust for power was... So I killed him. So he would not be able to gain access to the power that is in this island. Something I regret every day. The killing, not keeping the power locked away.
Yes, it's noble to protect others.
It is, and necessary. I'm very tired. You've heard some of the old wounds of this place, and I fear that something is rising again. I don't know what precisely. Let's return to Dragon's Rest, and I will tell you the rest, and you may decide if this is something that you wish to take on. It would be the truest favor I could ever ask, the highest favor I could ask.
If there's more to this than what you've already told, then yeah, we should go back, because I'm gonna need a very stiff drink to hear the rest of this.
I have some very good wine.
Great.
And as the characters make their way back to Dragon's Rest, we're going to go on break. So enter hashtag chaos in the chat to win a book of your choosing. We hit our tavern upkeep goal last month, and we are incredibly grateful to you, our wonderful community. We love you all so very much. So hashtag chaos in the chat to win a book of your choosing. I recommend Radiant Citadel. It's very good. And we'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes.